So today we're out here in the barn, and what we want to do is get these two Suffolk ram lambs in with their individual groups of ewes. So me and Rachel's been out in the barn for about the last 15 minutes getting everything kind of set up. And the second we dropped this gate down here in this pen with these ewe lambs, one of our registered Suffolk ewe lambs here that we've been holding back had jumped out of the pen. She wasn't doing too bad as she ran around out here. She couldn't get out of the barn. So we continued setting things up because we knew we were going to be opening this pen up anyway. Well, in that short amount of time, she went ahead and jumped into this other pen with our other ram, Frosty. So once she jumped into this pen here, all these ewes and rams, everybody started running around, sniffing her, checking her out. I jumped in. As soon as I jumped in, we had a ewe jump out of that pen. So we ended up just getting that foldable gate, getting that ewe there off on the side, opening up the pen, running that ewe lamb out, getting the ewe that Frosty had marked back into the pen with him, closing that up. And in that amount of time, that ewe lamb ended up jumping into another pen. So she jumped into this pen here with all the weather type ewes, hopped in there, and immediately that ram ran up to her, started sniffing her. So I jumped over this hay rack. Rachel got in here. We got it unwired. We got her caught really quickly. He didn't have a chance to get on her or anything like that, but he started getting a little feisty with me. We ended up opening up the gate and getting her back here into this pen with everybody so we can separate them off. This group of ewe lambs have been the wildest set of lambs we've raised here in the last couple of years for sure. Just about every 2 or 3 days, one of these ewes is jumping out of her pen into another one, or just in general jumping. We've actually had one jump and lay down in this hay rack. They've just been kind of a problem in this regard, but we started getting these gates set up. So what we want to do is go ahead and start getting everybody sorted around. So we still have that first club ram that we picked up back in June, but he's over at the bank barn in that pen with those Suffolk ram lambs. We were really hoping that, we were going to be able to use him. And so the problem is right now, everything's kind of in an extra pen. So what we have set up now is I'm splitting this pen off where these ewe lambs were into 2 sections. In this section I'm standing in will be 4 Suffolk ewe lambs, and we're going to put our Suffolk ram Earl in this pen with them. He's that ram we picked up at the sale, so he's not related to anything we have here other than those 2 ewe lambs that we bought with him. And then what we decided to do is just take 2 other ewes that we have. One is a yearling Suffolk ewe that's never been bred before, and then we have the one we call Willow. She's a ewe that we purchased last July. We want to put her and the other in there. We're going to make an 8x8 section, and then our ram Rooster will be in with them in that little area over there. This way everybody's kind of separated out. We ended up last night changing the marking crowns on this weather type ram and Frosty. They're changed over to blue. They went from orange to blue. And then we picked up red crowns for these 2 rams to wear, so that way we can tell everybody apart pretty easily. And that's why we got the different color crowns, is because if these ewes jump out and jump into a pen or anything like that, we'll be able to see if they've been marked, because it's all different colors. And in this section here, we're going to leave the final 5 weather type ewes that we purchased last year, and the one that was born here late in February in this area, and they're going to be separated off for another couple weeks. The reason why we're going to keep them separated off is through everything that I've read and looked at. The last couple of years we've held back all our ewe lambs and didn't breed them until they're yearlings, but I've read some stuff that's showing that if I can breed them and get them to have a lamb right when they're basically at 12 to 13 months of age, even if we get 1 lamb out of them, that's great, but over the course of their life they'll have a higher lambing percentage. And so the reason why these guys are held out is because right now adding these ewes in with the rams today will give us lambs right at January 26th and beyond. And so I need to wait a couple weeks, so that way we're more like February 14th to like February 20th for lambs out of that group, just so that way they're right at a year old instead of being 11 months. open it up. Open it up. Open it up. That's what we took to the fair. One of them. You gonna hold her?
You want to lay your things down at all with,
What?
you want to lay the blue parts down at all or just leave them?
Leave them like that. Drop. Aussie's not a fan. So for a little extra insurance for myself, I ended up wiring this extra red panel we have just because it's taller. Basically, that's the only spot that these two rams can meet. And I wanted it to be tall enough that a ewe wouldn't jump over top of it, or this guy, or him, just to basically keep everybody safe and where they're supposed to be at. This group of ewes here, he's already kind of half marked a couple, but they're just true marks of him chasing them around. He's just been licking clean their feed bowl the whole time we were finishing wiring everything up. I watched him jump on that girl there, and all he did is just jump up on her back and stand there. He's kind of checking them out, sniffing them, running around chasing them. So we'll see how it goes. We're gonna get them all some fresh water, maybe even feed them for the evening right now. But basically, since we've ran them around, and with that one ewe getting out, really not much else going to be getting done in here tonight. So Rooster here already got red crown all over himself in the amount of time that we were getting that other ram set up. This ewe here, he's been jumping up on. He's not bred her yet. He's just jumping around, chasing them, headbutting them, sniffing them, figuring things out. And there's one thing for sure now, looking back at this last month that we've had getting ready for this. And that is, I just told Rachel while we were watching these two rams there for a couple minutes, is that I'm so glad we picked up this ram, Frosty, just because these two ram lambs, it's been a couple of years since we've had a ram lamb here, and just to see how inexperienced they are, how much they're just running around playing with these ewes, where with Frosty, he's in there, he knows what's going on. We physically have watched him, you know, he's not running around beating up on the ewes, jumping around, high kicking. He's in there checking these ewes all the time. And so that's one thing that I'm kind of glad about, is by picking him up, it really did secure the fact that we were going to have lambs when we wanted to have them, because he's able to handle the majority of our ewes over here in this pen.